Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to New World. This is top 10 things I wish I knew before I started playing New World. If you aren't already subscribed, make sure that you do, because I've noticed that nearly 60% of you aren't subscribed, and it really helps out the channel and me and what we're doing here. So we're going to be looking at storage sheds first, and how they work and how they don't work. So basically, if you put something in a storage shed in one place, such as cutlass keys, which I have in this example, you won't be able to take it out in another location because it will be only in a view only kind of mode. So you can look at other things you have in other storage sheds, but you can't access them unless you go to the other location which they're in, because otherwise, as I say, they're in view only. So if we look at Everfall, I have a load of stuff in Everfall stuff, but I can't take any of it out because I can't, because it's only in a view only mode, because I'm not in Everfall, I'm in Cutlass Keys. Okay, so let's go and look in Windswood and see if that's any different. Okay, so I have nothing in the Windswood storage, so I can't take anything out, surely. So if we then look at Cutlass Keys, I can see the stuff that were already in there, and I can't take it out. So this makes sense. This means that in all the settlements you'll have 1,000 storage to use. So then looking at trade skills, guys, why should you upgrade trade skills tools? So starting off, you'll have flint tools, flint mining, flint skinning, etc., and a wooden fishing pole. But what you want to do straight away is upgrade them to iron and then steel as soon as you can. This means that you'll have a greater increase of gather speed, and your gear score will be higher with it. You can also then add Azoth to it and resources like the ones on screen currently, that I don't currently have any of, which would give it a specific perk, like increased Azoth extraction, or more resources, or more gather rate, etc. Equally, you could take a chance by adding Azoth to get a random perk. So then steel tools would be one up again from this. I currently have steel tools in my Let's Play, but I soon hopefully will be moving to star metal. But steel has an even greater potential gear score than iron, and an even more gather speed, and also has the chance for 2 perk slots rather than 1, which you have with iron. Also the required level is also greater as well, so make sure that you're at the the required level before you get to that. So then if we take a quick look at star metal, which is what I'm going to be moving on to soon in my Let's Play, you see that the required level is 40, and you also then have a chance to get 3 perks on each of your tools. And your potential gear score is 380 to 400. And your gather speed is greatly more than steel tools. But you do require a higher level of engineering and a higher level workshop to be able to craft them. The different tools requiring different amounts of resources. And star metal is required level 40. So proficiency boosters and luck food, we're going to show you how and what they do. So proficiency boosters increase your gathered items by 5% for 10 minutes at a weak proficiency booster level. You can also upgrade them, and I'll show you that a little bit later on. So if we have this hemp here that we're going to gather, we get 33 fibers without the proficiency booster. Obviously also the plant size varies as well, so if it's a bigger plant you might get more, if it's a small plant you might get more, but I've tried to show a little bit of a difference here. So we got 55 or 52 out of the bigger plant, and we've got 12 out of that one, and 12 out of that one. So hopefully you can see that the proficiency booster does help. Even if it's just a little bit, you're getting 5% more resources. This is how you make a weak proficiency booster. You just need air motes and soul motes and water, and you can craft them. You also then need air wisps and soul wisps, which you craft in the arcane repository. You'll need it to be tier 3 to be able to do it, and also have a high enough engineering skill to be able to make these, but that will upgrade it to 7% for 15 minutes. And then you have strong proficiency boosters, which is 10%, which is air essence and soul essence. Again, you need higher arcane repository level to be able to craft them, but if you can craft them, they will be very useful for you, as you'll get a lot more resources for the amount of time it will take you. Obviously, you get into top tiers, you'll then be wanting quintessence for soul and air, and Azoth water to be able to get the highest tier of proficiency booster. We then move on to luck food, so you can create things called roasted potatoes or herb roasted potatoes, or any of the things that you see on the left hand side in trade skill foods. This means that it'll increase the luck that you have when you're using your trade skill tools to then be able to upgrade the amount that you get from each of the resources that you gather. Making some of these trade skill foods are really easy. You just need to create butter or things like that, and then you'll gather peppercorn or cinnamon from harvesting things, and then you'll gather potatoes just from farm fields around the areas. This will increase the luck and the chance that you'll get rare resources when you're mining or harvesting or logging, etc. I'd just also like to say as well, guys, with seasoning blends, make sure you change your seasonings so you're not using anything important like peppercorn or cinnamon. Otherwise it will be a complete waste, because they'll be used for most of your trade skill foods. Moving on to bags, uses and how to craft them. We've got coarse leather bag as your first bag you'll be able to make. You won't need any armoring skill to be able to make this, you'll just need the resources and to be at least level 5 to 12 and have the resources. You'll also need a rune of holding, a minor rune of holding, which you get from the faction shop. You'll have to do some faction quests. I believe there are about 1,000 faction tokens to buy. You'll also be able to equip them with things that are on the screen right now, which will increase luck or the amount of encumbrance they add to you, etc. Or you could roll for a random perk with Azoth to get a better chance. Then moving on to rugged leather bag. This is your second tier bag. You'll need rugged leather. You won't need void metal, you'll need iron, but I've already made one, so it looks a bit different. If you wanted to make a second one though, you'd need void metal or steel. You'd need a major rune of holding, which is also bought from the faction shop, but it's from the second tier, from the gladiator tier. So make sure you have gladiator unlocked for your faction to be able to get that. You can add the same things as you could to the last bag to increase slots, etc., or you could roll random for Azoth, and you also have a higher gear score, but the required level for this is level 20, and you will need a tier 3 outfitting and 50 armoring skill. The bags increase your encumbrance, so it means that you can carry more things at once. I can't remember what the base encumbrance is, but if you really wanted to, you could work it out from what's on screen currently. As I'm gaining 250-ish encumbrance from my 2 bags that I crafted in my Let's Play. If you want to see me gathering the resources for that, obviously go and check that out. But that's what bags do. Okay guys, so moving on to town project boards. I just have to say, why haven't you used them yet? They are absolutely amazing. So basically it's the board next to the town hall where you can get lots of quests just to go and gather resources or make meat provisions or cook or kill sheep or hunt wolves or gather supplies or do a bit of fishing. You'll get XP for all of it, and it's really useful. All the missions reset basically every half an hour, so if you're going out doing main story missions, you can come back and just get extra for literally just clicking on the mission and killing some wolves or gathering some flint or gathering some wood. It's just so easy, and you'll level up so much faster by using town project boards. Okay guys, so now we're going to talk about weapons and which one you should use first and what you should level first, because it will affect like quite a lot of your gameplay. So if you want to be a tank, you want to be using Great Axe, Warhammer, something like that. If you want to be like DPS, you want bows, spears, hatchets. If you want heals, obviously you want life staff. If you want like battle mage, you want life staff maybe, and fire staff or ice gauntlet. There's so much you can do with different weapon combinations. Personally, in this video, like clip that I've got in the background, I'm using Warhammer and Lifestaff against this kind of sort of mini elite. He's just kind of a bit tougher. It's in Brightwood. I just thought I'd grab this for you to see. I've also been using Spear and Lifestaff as a combination as well. I would try and stick to one combination unless you're a higher level, otherwise you'll be farming elites quite a lot, and just trying to level up weapons. Obviously you can do that in the end, but for right now, at the start of the game, you probably just want to stick to one or two weapons combinations. So hopefully that helps. Obviously there's many guides out there for builds as well, so look those up as well. So moving on to trade skills, what are they and why are they important? Trade skills are a fundamental part of the game and are used in the entire game. You could be using a workbench, you could be mining a tree, you'll be upgrading your trade skills. Trade skills are a fundamental part of progression in the game, and having a set level of gathering or refining could mean you could make a certain weapon or not. Or upgrade your tools like we were talking about earlier. I'm close to upgrading my tools to star metal, but I have to have 100 in mining first to be able to mine the star metal, and then I'd also need 100 in engineering to refine it, I believe, as well. So all the trade skills kind of go hand in hand as you're progressing in the game. So as you're seeing on the screen right now, with a sickle you'd need to have set levels to be able to unlock new resources, and with smelting, so you wouldn't be able to refine set amounts if you haven't got the right level for it. And you can click on this yourself. You can look in trade skills and just click on them and see what you unlock with each level. It will also come up at the top of the screen when you level up, if you've reached a certain point when you can level up. But Luck Armour, let's move on to that. How does it work? Luck Armour is something that you can equip and get from anywhere in the world. I've got mine from Armorine. You can get harvesting luck, logging luck, skinning luck, and mining luck. As an increase of like 3.2%, 3.7%, etc. And I assume as you level up, it would become higher as well. Maybe to 5, 10, I don't even know, I haven't looked, but I would assume that would be the progression that it goes. There was someone that tried to work out the luck in the game, and they worked on the percentage of 1% equals 100 logging luck or mining luck, but it would be 100, where the trade skill foods would be however much the trade skill food says it will be. So it would be 1,000 for maybe herb roasted potatoes, or 1,400 for the one up from that, for the mining luck, and then the set armor that you wear would be an extra 100, and the kind of dice roll that you go with, this person tried to work out and killed quite a lot of boars to try and work out the percentage of thick hide they got. I'll try and find the link to this in the description so you guys can look more into the luck stat if you want to, but I tested it a little bit myself here, but didn't really get too much more resources. Obviously I was trying to get some mining luck stuff out of boulders, and that percentage is going to be very, very, very low. Even in iron it's going to be quite low. If you want rare gems, your better chances would be in silver or gold or higher. But obviously for harvesting luck you could get more herbs or rarer herbs. You might have a higher chance to get cinnamon, peppercorn, etc. to then increase your mining luck with making herb roasted potatoes and things like that. Hopefully this has helped, and now we'll move on to the resource guide. So looking at it, it can be a bit confusing, but we can change it from showing everything to hiding everything and then just putting in the things that we want to put in. So maybe we want to see where in relation to other things certain cities are, and maybe the region borders. I find just having those on helps me. Maybe it wouldn't help you guys, but if it doesn't, you can turn them off. I'll have a link to this resource guide in the description if you guys want to use it. I always have it on my second monitor open, but you could have it open on your phone and you could find iron or gold or anything in New World at all and know exactly where you need to go and get it. This is also a really good way of finding places that you can patrol to find iron, such as this border that I believe everyone was using in the first week, 2 weeks of New World. I personally use a different place. I use, if it'll load, this bit right here, because I quite like the path and it all respawns every like 2.5 at 3 minutes. A couple of them have 5-minute respawn timers, but you can just make a nice run between them. I'm always using luck foods between them to just boost my odds of getting rarer stuff as well. But then moving on, you can also see that you can see hemp and other plants for fibres, and you could even find petal cap doing this for the main story. If you don't know where to find it, you can find it really easily by doing this. Or if you wanted certain cooking resources, you could find out which farms have those cooking resources, like potatoes. For the luck foods that I make, I can find there's some in Windswood and I can go and grab those. So it's just a really useful guide for anything at all on New World, or if you wanted to find specific notes or anything. But anyway guys, thank you for watching this top 10 things I wish I knew before I started New World. I really appreciate you watching. If you've watched right to the end, thank you, well done, you made it. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like and subscribe for more content like this, and I will see you in the next one.